Today let's see the top 5 Town Hall 13 attack strategies and how to get better with them. At number 5 we have Mass Super Hogs. To showcase the power of this strategy, we'll be swagging both the Queen and Royal Champion abilities. We'll start by creating a funnel on the right side so our heroes can move towards the left. A balloon and baby dragon should be enough for that job. Next we'll set up the Flame Flinger. Make sure to test for traps first and take down the first mortar. The second one can be a bit tricky, but it's fine. Now drop your king, queen and the ice golem from the bottom side. With that funnel, they will move naturally towards the left. I'm also using a super wall breaker to open the first wall layer. You can time it when everything is frozen, or just use the king's ability instead. Deploy a couple of headhunters to handle the enemy hero, and when you pop the king's ability, try to angle it so the spiky ball takes out nearby trash buildings. This helps the queen walk directly into the base. Now it's time for the healers. Deploy them on the queen, but make sure to delay them slightly so the king doesn't steal them. Use Cocoloons for safety. Keep your queen alive with rage and freeze spells. And it's essential she clears out the enemy clan castle troops, because that's what allows your super hogs to sweep through the core. Once the full CC is filled, drop the poison spell, and send in the super hogs from the side we funneled, along with remaining heroes and headhunters. From here on, support your hogs with heal spells as they move through the base. Freeze the town hall as your troops approach it, then pop the warden ability to protect them from the explosion. Keep an eye on multi-target infernos, or use freeze or heal spells there too, especially near the inferno compartments where giant bombs are usually hidden. Once it's safe, deploy your cleanup troops to finish up the base. And that's it, a clean 3-star with super hogs, even with swagged hero abilities. Now let's move on to number 4 on our list. At number 4 we have the strongest spam attack at Town Hall 13. And to show you how powerful the Yeti Witch is, we'll be using only common equipment in this attack. We'll start by taking down one of the infernos at the back end, using 5 lightning spells and 1 earthquake. If you can manage to get some damage on enemy heroes, that's cool, but not mandatory. Next, it's time to set the funnel. On one side, where there's little to no defense, drop 1 Yeti and 2 witches. On the opposite side, if defenses are heavier, use 1 or 2 Yetis and 3 witches to create a solid path. Once the funnel is complete, send in all your remaining Yetis, followed by the ice golem and witches. Deploy the log launcher to open the core path and drop your heroes right behind it. If a tough compartment is slowing you down, use a super wall break to open it up manually. Deploy the royal champion from a different side to support your main push, and be ready to use freeze spells to protect her during heavy fire. Use a reach spell as your troops enter a dense compartment. If the log launcher is stuck or the path looks risky, you can trigger the king's ability for extra punch. Since the town hall is being engaged at this point, it's also a good moment to pop the warden's ability. Freeze the scattershot or infernos to help your royal champion. In this attack, I skipped the poison spell and brought an extra freeze, but you can include the poison if you prefer. You will have an easier time dealing with enemy clan castle troops. Use a jump spell to connect the final compartments, since the root rider won't be able to handle all the path clearing. Use the queen's ability to deliver the final push and secure the 3-star even with common equipment. This army is incredibly strong, though it performs best against spaces with partially open walls. And that's it, a clean 3-star with the Yeti Witch spam. Now let's move on to number 3 on our list. At number 3 we have the Electro dragons, and this time we are back with stronger hero equipment. The attack begins by taking down 1 air sweeper, and if you want, take some damage on enemy hero. Next we will create a funnel on one side using the king, queen, ice golem and a Valkyrie. The Valkyrie helps cut the funnel for the heroes, allowing them to enter the first compartment smoothly. You may also need to drop wall breaker to help them get inside. Activate the king's ability to carve a dent in the base and guide them toward the enemy clan castle. Sometimes it's impossible to avoid triggering the CC, so let your heroes deal with that directly. The single inferno will likely lock onto your king, and that's fine. Even if we save him, the enemy CC would finish him off right away. Drop your poison on the CC troops and be ready to use the queen's ability to finish them off safely. Now it's time for the main attack. Drop balloons from the side where you created the funnel, followed by Electro dragons, the Grand Warden and the Storm Slammer. Support your push with rage and freeze spells to power through the defenses. As the troops move in, deploy the royal champion from the opposite side and trigger her ability once the archer tower falls. Use freeze spells to stop single infernos and raise your Electro dragons for maximum chain impact when the troops reach the town hall, and time your warden ability perfectly. This is the second way of using the Warden. The ability is triggered right as the Town Hall blast goes off. This will allow to survive the explosion and continue straight into the next compartment with protection. Meanwhile, your Royal Champion will be clearing one side. She will often take out Inferno compartments before going down, which is huge, since that single Inferno could have destroyed many of your edrags. That's why using free spells to save the RC is important. And that's it, another clean 3-star with Electro Dragons. Now let's move on to number 2 on our list. At number 2 we have the Super Witches, and this time we are keeping it simple. No fireball in this attack, but it is so powerful that we are going to swag the Royal Champion. We'll begin with the Warden Walk to take down one section and create the funnel. On the far back side, drop one Hog Rider and one Balloon to take out the mortar and check for traps. Once the mortar is destroyed, deploy the Flinger. It will provide long-term value throughout the attack. Back to the Warden, use a Reach spell to speed things up. There's a single Inferno ahead, so we'll need to manage our spells carefully. Deploy a Cockaloon to scout for black mines. And when the Warden gets close to the single, make him invisible, so he can safely take out the key target, the Inferno or Scatter Shot, depending on the base. Now it's time for the main push. Deploy the Super Witches and get the Warden back on track with them. Use a Super Wall Breaker to open the first layer, cut the funnel on the other side with a Valkyrie and a Wizard. Drop the Ice Golem, Heroes and Cockaloons to support. And remember, at Town Hall 13 there is no Town Hall poison, so it's completely safe to push straight through it without risking your healers. Raise your troops early and drop Jump Spell to connect them to the next compartment. When the Eagle Artillery fires its second strike and your army is under heavy damage and towards the core, pop the Warden ability to keep everyone alive. Once your troop reaches the core, rage again to boost their momentum and wipe out the center of the base. Use the King's ability to open additional compartments and extend your push deeper into the base. By this point, most of the hard work is already done. You can use the Queen's ability in the core to deal a ton of damage around her, or save it for the backend for a cleaner finish. And finally deploy your remaining spells to handle leftover defenses. We have plenty of spell support, so use them freely and enjoy the destruction. And that wraps up Super Witches. Now let's move on to the number 1 strategy on the list. The top spot belongs to the Super Yetis. It's so strong that we're gonna swag both the Royal Champion and the Siege Machine. We'll start with the Warden Walk to clear one side of the base. You can safely use 2 rage spells from the Warden here to speed things up. And if enemy heroes are nearby, drop a couple of Headhunters to assist. Once the funnel is ready, deploy your Ice Golem to tank, followed by the Super Yetis and the Root Riders from the Clan Castle. Make sure you don't let the Warden walk too far, or you will lose a crucial part of the attack's strength. As your army moves in, rage the troops to boost their power. Poison the enemy Clan Castle and trigger the Warden's ability to protect everyone from the initial impact. If your Royal Champion isn't joining the main push, use Jump Spell to get in the complex compartment. Although in this case the King's ability was more than enough to break through. Use free spells on single Infernos and on the Town Hall once it activates. Pop the Queen's ability to add extra firepower for the Town Hall and follow that with the King's ability to finish it off quickly. Deploy your cleanup troops around the edges to tidy up what's left. The base is already falling apart at this point. Both the Root Riders and Super Yetis are still alive, which is typical for this strategy. It's that powerful. And that wraps up one of the strongest Town Hall 13 attacks you can use right now. There are more Town Hall 13 strategies, and I've covered them in this video. Some of them just use common equipment or no super troop at all. If you want to get even better, then check out this video. And for the next video, comment what you would like to see next. And if enough people suggest it, I'll make it happen. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.